Hey guys, Ben Nash from Pivot Wealth here, and today I just wanted to put together this quick video as an overview of our advice services, how they work, how we charge, and what you can expect when you talk to us more about how we might be able to help you. Now, look, I just want to call out that this is the TLDR version, too long, don't read. I get that there's a ton of stuff to digest and take in, but I just wanted to give you the high level 50,000 foot overview, how the service works, what the packages look like, what your investments in those will be. And this is not about something to prompt a decision now. It's really designed to get you percolating on how things might work, to prompt you to come to the meeting and catch up arm with better questions instead of trying to take it all in and figure that out on the fly, ultimately making sure that you get the most value out of the time that we spend together. So I'm going to talk about some stuff you should know about Pivot by background. You may know some of this stuff already, so I'll go through it quickly. But for us, results are everything. One of our key points of difference, well, we have two. One is that we don't make people feel dumb, and the second is that everything that we do is built around delivering results. And I'll explain a bit more about how we do that. But some of the results in action for the last financial year just finished. Our average client upside, so the value, the upside that they have available to them as a result of the planning work that we did was $1,600 per month in year one and $2,600 per month over the 20 years that we project out these potential upsides. So that's across our entire group, and we work with a whole range of people in there, but should give you a bit of insight. And then the real data, so what actually happened, we can see that their average increase in net asset position was $358,000 across all of our clients over that period of time as well. We're not your average advisors, and here's a little bit of the recognition that we've got for some of those results that we've delivered for the people that we work with. Won a swag of awards, and I say that not to boast, although we are very proud of the work that we've done, but more so it's not just about delivering a financial plan, it's about delivering a rock solid financial plan that is actually going to work and end up with more money in your bank account. We're a no BS advice firm. Painful transparency is one of our core values internally with our clients. We call it as it is, and we do that because we know that that's what helps you make the best decisions and ultimately get the results that you want. This is the process that we take people through, and we'll talk about this in more detail, but essentially the high level overview is firstly focusing in on what's important to you. What does a great result look like? What are the things that are not working quite the way that you want them to? Then we get a bit of a hit list in terms of the things on the agenda for the work that we do moving forward. From there, once we agree to go through the planning process and work together, there's some key steps to go through. The first is clarifying all of the moving parts that are going to impact your plan. What money's coming in, what money's going out, where's it going, what's the lifestyle baseline, what things are going to change in the foreseeable future. It might be childcare costs, schooling, work-related things, starting a business, anything like that, so that we can then start layering financial strategies and financial decisions on top of those, which is the next step. And depending on what sort of service level you go for, there's a few different ways we do that. But essentially, we're looking at different pathways for you forward so that you can see where you're headed and know that you're making the most out of what you've got. You've got confidence to execute on your plans. And then we bake education into that strategy piece so that you know not only the financial impact, but where's the risk, what's not in the numbers, so that you're 100% comfortable with whatever pathway you choose to use moving forward. The next step is to break it all down into a really crystal clear action plan where you know what the 27 steps are that will take you from where you are to where you want to be. We then automate as much as we possibly can, and then the rubber hits the road. And it's great to have a great plan, but we know that the results come from the execution, and that's why we have different levels of support and at all of the people we work with, support to refine, improve the plan when the real data starts coming in to make sure that that it's all working as it should, and that we're continuing to take advantage of opportunities and address issues as they come up. The output of that is you get the most out of what you've got now, so get your money working harder for you. You've got a clear decision-making framework for your money, and it's great to get great ideas and great strategies that can make you money, but ultimately the best financial result for any person is go borrow as much money as you possibly can and then invest it all. But that's unlikely to be the best strategy for most people, because you need to choose a strategy that fits in with the lifestyle that you want to live, that has risk managed, all of those sorts of things. So the process that we take people through gives you that clear framework to make the very best decisions for you, yourself, and your family. And ultimately, get total confidence in what you're doing. How the services work in your investment, and I'm just calling out, there's quite a lot of detail here, but again, just want to get you percolating before we talk more. We work with clients on a 12-month service packages, and there's a few different levels ranging from lower touch to very high touch, depending on how much support that you need. But the reason we do that is because we want to drive results, and we know that results happen when you've got support. It's great to have a great plan, but when you're just running it on your own, it's easy for stuff to go wrong, life to get in the way, and a whole bunch of things. And we don't want people to invest a significant amount of time, resources, and money in getting a great plan that just collects dust on a hard drive somewhere and doesn't translate into dollars in your bank account or passive income or whatever it is. And the other reason that we work with clients on a 12-month package is because it maximizes the ability to claim that as a tax deduction, which is a whole bunch of ATO stuff, which we can talk about. But essentially, ongoing financial advice around getting generating investment income is deductible. And that's why we want to work on it. Part of the reason why we want to work on an ongoing basis to make sure that you can minimize that ATO donation each year. We're a fee-only business, so the only way that we get paid is fixed dollar-based fees. We don't accept any sales commissions, kickbacks, referral fees, any conflicted payments from any sources other than the fixed dollar-based fees that we charge. We also don't charge asset-based fees, so we don't charge more whether you invest in shares or invest in property or do invest in super or do anything else. Again, that's to give you confidence in the advice that we provide, plus we think it makes sense to charge based on the work that goes into it. So the initial planning process, there's 3 levels that you can work with us on. There's the foundations plan, which is, as the name suggests, for people that just want to set the foundations in place, get an investment strategy, make sure you're on top of your super, budget and savings plan, and fairly simple sort of situation, but important to make sure that you've got those foundations set. The next service is Accelerator, and for people on the Accelerator plan, that's where we're introducing more complex strategies, buying property, detailed scenario modeling, financial modeling of the different scenarios and pathways available to you, property strategies, employer share plans, those sorts of things, really detailed tax investment planning. And then the third level is the CFO level for people that have a whole bunch of multiple tax entity structures, business owners, trusts, investment companies, those sorts of things. The CFO service, as I mentioned, multiple entities, looking for people that are deploying significant cash to 2.5 mil plus with complex tax strategies. That starts from $2,500 per month in the first year for individuals and $3,200 per month for couples. The next plan is the Accelerator one, where I mentioned that it has detailed scenario analysis, property strategies, employer share plans, and covers basically your whole financial world, all as part of your initial plan. The investment there for an individual is between $650 and $950 per month. I'll explain why the ranges are there in a second. And for couples, between $1,000 and $1,250 per month. For people on the foundations plan, that's where they're just getting started, want that track to run on, investment planning, savings and banking plan, superannuation. Things are fairly simple without the scenario analysis, and I'll talk about some of those differences as well. Individuals start from $600 per month up to $700 per month, couples $950 to $1,150 per month. The ongoing service level, so there's 3 tiers again for how we would work beyond just the initial planning element. And the light, standard, and plus. Now I get that there's a lot of words on this slide, and you'll have access to the document which goes through this in detail. But what you can notice there is that the CFO includes absolutely everything. The Accelerator Plus plan has quarterly check-ins with education deep dives. That's the key differences between that Accelerator Plus plan, as well as ongoing advice around property purchase, employer share plans, and you have unlimited access for ad hoc sessions throughout the year. For the Accelerator Standard and Foundation Standard, that's where we get a 6 monthly check-in, look after your investment planning proactively throughout the year, general Q&A support as you need it, and ongoing super contributions tax planning, that sort of stuff. For the light plan on Accelerator and Foundations, that's where we give you all of reporting, support around your investments, the managing of your existing plans, but it's essentially where you're not expecting much change to happen throughout the year and feel like you can manage it yourself. We are available to you throughout that period. We've got the reporting to make sure that your plan's working, and if anything goes wrong, we can step back in and dial up the service essentially, as well as we check in with you around the 12-month mark to see what the opportunities are for you for the year ahead. So look, guys, there's a lot of information there. As I said, it's not about prompting a decision, but it is just about helping you understand how things work. And from here, think through any questions that you've got so that when we talk more, you're going to be able to get the most out of the time that we have together. Cheers, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. I'll see you soon.